right, guys. So before we get to the Kevin Spacey story that I know I teased last hour, let's talk a little bit about Porsha Williams again. Now, I told you guys that yesterday I received a statement, and the statement laid out that fact that Porsha was alleging that someone had, was coming for her. And that's how this whole thing started. Mm-hmm. We now know that this whole thing was about cell phone volume. So there is body cam that was released by the Atlanta Police Department, and you have Porsha Williams explaining her side of why there was an incident on a flight where the FBI now has her on their radar. And then you have the woman she got into the incident with explaining as well. Let's take a listen to Porsha explaining.
The lady who was sitting next to me, I was on my phone, and the volume was up on the phone. And she turned to me out of nowhere, and she said, "So you're going to make me listen to that the whole flight?" And I said, "Well, do you want to?" And she said, "No."
So you guys were in Las Vegas when that happened?
Yes. Yeah.
The plane was on the ground?
Yes. I said, "Well, it was a nicer way to say that." And she said, "You don't tell me." From that point on, she said, "Who the do you think you are?" And so I said, oh, no. I said, y'all need to get her out of here. Please get her away from me. She tried to take her phone and record, and she drops her phone on the floor. And she's like, "You hit me. Oh, my God. You hit me. You just hit me in my face. Oh, my God. I'm pressing charges. I want you to be in jail." So then the steward comes over, and then the steward says to me, because I say, "Get your ugly ass out of here," because then I'm upset. So then they end up making her move to the next chair with the guy. But she was irate, so they were trying to hold her.
So you're telling me there was nothing physical?
No.
It was just verbal?
Yeah.
Now, the police officer from Atlanta PD is asking Porsha if there was nothing physical and only verbal, because the woman who Porsha Williams got into it is alleging that Porsha hit her. Now, let's take a listen to this woman who says she is fearing for her life now.
So I heard about the incident that happened, but I haven't heard your side of the story.
Why didn't we hear my side of the story first, sir?
Well, I had another officer.
Oh, okay. Well,
spoke to you, but I just want to hear. First of all, where did the incident happen?
I was sitting in my seat.
Where?
In Delta Airlines, seat number 3A, or B, I believe.
This happened in Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
While the plane was still boarding?
No.
The plane was in the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I say anything, I want to know, is my information going to be given to the woman who assaulted me?
No, ma'am.
Because I'm afraid for my life.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not.
Capital P ain't touched that woman. Yeah, Capital P ain't touched that woman. Come on, crazy. Cut it out. But I will say this. We all need headphones on the plane. Okay, that's my wife's pet peeve. She cannot stand when somebody got their phone playing, watching a video or watching something on their laptop. Like, she does not like that, and she's absolutely right. By the way, I have a tendency to do that too.
What?
Sometimes I'll be watching something on the plane, and it's like with no headphones. We all need headphones on the plane.
I always have
proper
headphones.
etiquette.
But it's sometimes it's the way you talk to people, right?
A lot
you say,
of times.
"Hey, excuse me, can you turn that down a little bit? I'm trying to sleep." Oh, okay, no problem. But when you start talking to me like you my mother, like I'm your child, now I'm gonna get disrespectful too.
I think the plane should actually announce that. Like, you know how the plane announces all of the things that you, I guess, can't do on the flight. Like, they should say that. They should be like, "Hey, make sure you got your headphones. Don't play your phones loud." They should do that.
They normally,
They do
depending on where you find your purser should say that.
Yeah, they definitely do that.
Yeah, so I did ask the FBI if now this takes this off of their radar, where we are right now, basically, because people are waiting to see if will there be charges, will there not, like what's going to happen. The FBI said they can't confirm anything to me, but I do know that there's supposed to be some new news in this situation today, so we'll be back with that. But it just seems like it was just an argument back and forth. Both of them were able to get to where they were going, and now there's claims on both sides, so we'll see what happens. In other news, so Kevin Spacey did an interview with The Telegraph, and in this interview, he is in Cyprus, and he is doing a live show. It's like a one night only type of show where he's like singing and telling stories. And you guys remember back in 2022, 2022, he was found not guilty. So there were some sexual assault allegations with Kevin Spacey and several different men. He was found not guilty on the allegations, but leading up to that, he was on House of Cards at the time. And
what was the allegations? He was a serial penis sucker, right? Or snatcher?
Oh my God.
What was it?
You could be a serial head giver?
There were different things. So there was allegation. Yes.
What?
Don't worry about it. Don't answer that question. It's not important to the story.
Yeah. So basically,
I just wanted to say that.
I know.
That's
why.
You guys can't say that. You cannot suck the that you cannot say that. You can't put the two together on air. Like, what
on
is
air?
wrong with y'all?
People do that in real life.
Do that. He did it. I said.
Don't say you can't do it, because I heard you was a professional.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Continue on.
Okay.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. So at the time of all the allegations, Kevin Spacey was starring in House of Cards. That was like a huge deal for him. Yeah. He was reportedly making, I think, like $500,000 an episode at the time. Damn. And then all these allegations hit, and he lost everything. He was taken off everything. A lot of people say that he was one of the people that cancel culture actually worked on. So in this interview, he's having a conversation about where he is now, and he's there. He's doing this one night only show, and he's saying he knows people are going to look at this like, is this his like fight to try and return again? And he says, he hasn't been in the best space financially. He says he's living in hotels, living in Airbnbs, and he's just going where the work is currently. They asked him, at one point, because he did lose all of his homes also, they asked him if he's considered bankruptcy, and he says it was discussed, but it never got to that point. And again, he was acquitted on all charges of sexual assault, but that didn't stop everything from being taken from under him.
$500,000 an episode at one point,
reportedly, yeah, for House of Cards. Yep. And he says that all of his stuff right now is still in storage because he's just kind of gone.
Don't have anywhere to put it. Yeah,
he's just going as things are going.
What do you spend his money on? Lawyers, attorneys, and all that other stuff? Because that's a
lot of money.
He's Kevin Spacey. He did a lot of movies,
not just House of Cards.
Yeah,
I mean, and also, what's the problem with him trying to make a comeback if he was found, if he was acquitted on all charges?
I don't think that there's a problem. I think he was more so trying to get ahead of people saying he has no money, and this is why he's over here during this random one night only show. And he's like, it's not even that. I'm just in a space where he says that he's leaning back into things that he actually likes to do, which is singing and being able to tell stories he wants to tell.
He got to make his money.
Yeah, but he did also too. In this article, he reflects a lot on, even though he was acquitted of certain things. He said that he had to do a lot of self-reflection about why he was so easily able to fit into the narrative of the bad guy. He said that it made him really sit down and have a conversation about some of the decisions he made and not speaking out sooner for himself.
Wasn't there a story about him getting fellatio behind a tree? Maybe I'm making this up. I just feel like I've read that before.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's
I'll find out.
That's sad. If he was found not guilty, acquitted of all charges, he had to spend all that money. He still canceled. He still can't do movies. He still can't do, like, that is crazy. That the fact that he's dead ass broke and he was found not guilty, and he's done some crazy, like he's done like House of Cards, Usual Suspects, L.A. Confidential, so many different.
He had some wild allegations, if I remember correctly.
They were
like wild.
But if he's found not guilty, he was acquitted of all of them, right?
Yeah, but they were still wild.
And I think a lot of it too was because he was so big at the time. I know we got to wrap. Because he was so big at that time and the show was so big, we see this all the time. Sometimes corporations, movies, studios, they just want to back away.
And it was the height of cancel culture. Like he might have been like one of the first sacrifices.
He's like a poster boy for
like first sacrifice.
You know what I mean? So people had to back away. They didn't know what the hell was going on.
And I don't think anybody's laughing at him, right? Because if he did something stupid like rob a bank or did something stupid to get money, we'd be like, oh, he's stupid. But the fact that he's on Broadway, he's doing one night stand, whatever he's doing,
and the fact that he can still do it is
whatever you call it. What he's doing?
It's a one night only, kind of
one
like
night only.
You got to see. He was supposed to do a bunch of different nights in other places, but they ended up getting canceled.
I just remember a story about a tree. It was something about a tree.
Yeah, sex with tree. What?
I don't know if he had sex with the tree or he was sucking on the tree or something with the tree.
You can suck on a tree.
How do you go to jail for sucking on a tree?
I had to make sure.
I don't remember. I'm just conflating all of the different things. I just remember that was so long ago.
I don't know about that. I know he had made like some advances towards somebody during like a party. Like I remember things like that. But I do know that some of the stuff did get wild, and it was earlier on in all the cancel conversations. So. All right. God bless the tree.
Out there putting your mouth on random branches.
That is the latest.
Allegedly.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Sucking people's sap that you don't know.
Crazy.
Now, don't forget, Jess is here. Jess Fix My Mess is coming up in a little bit. You can get on the phone lines right now. 800-585-1051 for Jess to Fix Your Mess. Now, Charlamagne, Donkey Today's up next.
Yes, man. Speaking of sexual deviance, we need this woman, Angel Lynn Curl from Florida, to come to the front of the congregation. I really just don't know what's going on in the world anymore, but y'all need Jesus.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?